Well, what an absolutely gorgeous setting. We're here in Cannes 2015 Lions. We're on Le Rooftop with MediaMath and MediaMath's Global Chief Revenue Officer, Erich Wasserman. Stunning scene for a start, but if we can kind of get over that and think about the festival itself, how are you kind of feeling so far this year? You excited to see some of the stuff out there?
Every year is more exciting than the last, in terms of both the people, the organizations, the energy around programmatic and its impact on the industry. It's been about 5 years now of us here in Cannes, and each year it just gets better and better.
Yeah, how are you seeing it transition then, year on year? Obviously technology becoming more and more integral to the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I think 5 years ago this was really focused on the creative aspects of our business. And as technology has created opportunities for marketers to connect with consumers at a great deal of scale across different media types, the connectivity between creative and that essence of how a brand chooses to communicate with its customers and with its prospects has been met with some opportunity for technology to take that message and herald it across digital, which, you know, we're not talking about display advertising anymore. We are mobile, we are video, we are social, we are now into digital outdoor. I mean, it is a vast opportunity for marketers, and they require technology. So the tenor of the conversation here has shifted into how to gain attention of customers and of prospects in the most scalable way.
Yeah. What particular areas around technology, around programmatic, are you expecting to have conversations about this year? Is there a particular angle or a particular discussion that's going to be really prevalent?
Yeah, I think there are broadly two major topics. The first is activating data and data management. So with this proliferation of media comes the obligation to create the understanding in a marketing organization as to how it is that their customers can be addressed in that media. And of course that compels technology organizations such as ours to provide tools to enable the rationalization of one's customer base. So data management is huge, I think, for us this year, as is identity in an increasingly mobile world, in an increasingly diverse world and fragmented media world. So how can you use those principles of data management and bring it into all the various channels and the ways in which customers are interacting with a brand? And these are not trivial technology challenges, and ones that we are solving, and that provide a great deal of opportunity for marketers to get their messages in front of consumers, regardless of the environment that those consumers are found in.
I mean, the world comes to this beautiful spot and celebrates global creativity. But obviously there are regions, there are markets where perhaps, you know, in terms of technology and programmatic, that are doing more interesting things or are more advanced and more mature. Where in the world is exciting you in terms of the use of technology and programmatic?
Yeah, I think I sit in a position of looking across our expansion around the world, and I'm privileged to meet clients and partners in every corner of the globe. And you're right. I mean, certain geographies are more, I should say, mature in their usage of technology than others, certainly. In terms of where I looked for growth, I looked to Latin America and I looked to Asia.
Yep.
Both of those markets have huge populations, huge mobile penetration, a great deal of opportunity for marketers to transform the ways in which they get in touch with those customers. So from a growth perspective, certainly those are the markets that we look to. And then of course the more advanced markets in the United States and Europe, sort of advantaged in a number of ways by infrastructure and by the ability to create meaningful pathways from the online experience into the offline experience. But emerging markets in both LATAM and in Asia are catching up. And in fact, later this week we'll be we're excited to be announcing some of the great work that we've been doing with a major client in Australia.
Okay.
Precisely linking the kinds of rich offline data in a data-rich retailer to the online experience.
Okay. Another one of the beauties of an event like this is it's a one-off opportunity to get all elements of the industry together. There's clients, there's technologists, there's agencies, media owners, and that brings together people who perhaps see the future going in different directions and their role in the industry. And is this an interesting opportunity where you might come up talking to certain agency people or some clients, and actually there is a real debate about who's going to be important in the future and what everyone's role is?
Yeah, definitely. At every stage there is there's an ongoing conversation about the evolving roles of each of our businesses. By each of our businesses, I mean the many dozens of business types who make this programmatic experience so exciting. But certainly amongst those, the publisher community, the agency community, the technology community, and of course the brands who are at the center of the focus of all of those constituencies. And I think the conversation is robust and it's interesting. I mean, I think if any of us are stagnating at any particular time, we are probably losing. And if any of us think that our business models today and the ways in which we are going to market with products and services are ones that will sustain us in 1, 3, 5 years, we're fooling ourselves. And so, this is an environment in which we can get together. We can, meaningfully create pathways to work together more fruitfully.
Yeah.
Leveraging the strengths of each of the constituencies involved on behalf of the brand. So, Cannes seemingly gets more beautiful every year. It's a wonderful place to do that.
Yep.
And the conversation just gets more robust and more interesting. And a glass of rosé doesn't hurt.
No, of course. It is a beautiful place, and I'm basically finding myself squinting. In case anybody can't tell, it's incredibly bright. But fast forwarding 12 months, and hopefully, we'll be back on the rooftop and gazing out over the beautiful view and discussing media again. I mean, what do you think we might be talking about that's happened over the preceding 12 months, say Cannes 2016? How might the debate have shifted in a year's time?
I think that I think we see much more robust and interesting models emerging as between the role of the agency and the technology and the brand. I think those models are maturing and create the ability for our agency partners to leverage their considerable buying power in the market to bring the best of what is available from a media perspective to their clients. I think the activation of that media within digital platforms, within marketing platforms, is paramount, such that the ability for the marketer to activate their data in as we were saying earlier, in a rational way and in a way that respects the increasingly convoluted means by which a customer or a prospective customer adds value to a marketing organization over time. And I think broadly we see such a vast increase in the rate of adoption of programmatic technology that we will see some more marquee brands with more robust and impactful things to say about how it is that they have been successful in this market.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. And one topic about clients really discussing how they adopt programmatic technology. Do they bring it in house? Do they work with companies like you guys? Do you feel like clarity is coming to that debate at the moment?
I think that the reality on the ground is there is always a robust conversation to have around how to activate the strongest aspects of one's organization in service of return on investment.
Yeah.
And for some brands, that means a heavier focus on utilization of technology, for example. For other brands, it means a heavier relationship with their agency to manage that technology. For other brands, it means relationships with technology providers who can help both the brand and the agency to navigate this broad, wonderful world of programmatic. So I think that what we have seen is a great maturation in that conversation, leading to a very important one around how to effectively activate the talent within a brand's midst, and to make sure that all constituencies are capitalizing on that talent.
And finally, obviously, it's a week where a lot of fun's had, like you say, a glass of rosé or two. And is there anything in particular you're looking forward to this week? Any events or any sessions or any parties that you've got your eyes on?
Yeah, well, I mean, from a personal perspective, we have events happening every night here at the Rooftop, so anyone within earshot is certainly welcome. We've partnered with a number of organizations to bring some rather extraordinary talent to this space. It happens later in the day, so the squint factor will be, I think, a little bit better. On Thursday, we're also pleased to present at the Innovations Festival a point of view on how programmatic has worked best for a major retailer, as I mentioned, in the Australian market. And beyond that is a chance to meet with prospective clients and with current partners, with current clients in a beautiful place. It's wonderful to be here.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the week, and
Thank you.
really good to chat.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.